The next big thing is to get a new freaking phone. Hopefully you guys are coming back on. If not, I understand. Quiet. Hello. I know you're frustrated. Please come back. Yeah, might as well take this shit.
Charge your phone.
Yeah. Thanks. Do you have a? Is there a? Oh, I can charge it from.
Yeah, I can charge
Yeah, nobody. I don't think anybody's coming back. I think people have this. Right, my
Oh, we should have done like tests beforehand.
Yeah, you know, we don't touch shit beforehand. New shit. Zero watching. That's great. It's not coming on.
It's because
Just go to fucking Facebook. Listen to enough. It's unreal. Dude, what the hell? Why?
yeah, I'm not even getting that now either.
Why?
I'm not sure. We're on a roll too.
Yeah, seriously. Oh wait, am I still hotspotting?
I don't.
I should have.
Yeah, you should also be like
Yeah, I'm gonna disconnect and let me disconnect the hotspot.
so much better.
Oh, this is better now. Okay, good. Or you want?
That's weird because I'm
not getting stuck.
I'm not getting it either.
Is this better? Maybe because it's vape. Maybe YouTube doesn't like vape videos.
That's exactly what it is.
Fuck. Ugh.
We're much more clear. Yay.
We're clear, so someone's looking.
It shows that.
Does anybody see me now?
Oh, so you're getting it now.
I'm getting it now. Okay, cool.
It shows we have nobody there. Oh, something's going on here.
Okay.
Okay, so it looks like something's going on.
I get that signal better on that.
It's still connected to the Samsung. There we go. Disconnect. Now I'm gonna reconnect. Maybe it should help.
Well, are you connected to my internet right now through your phone, or?
The phone is connected to, I think, 4G.
Okay.
But this is fucking annoying. Oh crap! Is this what people deal with when they go live?
See, I'm stuck at that too.
You're iterating.
Yeah,
Holy.
They're saying it's clear, but
I think it can't be. It says we have no viewers. How can someone?
There.
You getting that too? Oh, see?
Brian,
Okay,
it says
so some
working
people-
now.
Okay, it's working now. Thanks,
Just not for
Brian.
everyone else.
For whatever reason, it says we have
Okay.
no viewers. I think YouTube is pissed off at us.
Yeah. Okay, so you can hear us and everything, right? You can see us a lot clearer, but can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm not even getting. It is. What a disaster.
We're just seeing it like a thumbnail
I'm gonna
of
do
you.
Twitch. I'm gonna do your Twitch one.
Okay. So they said fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then that works then. Even though I can't get it for whatever
Alright.
reason.
So yeah, we can't get it.
But anyway, so I don't know how many of you guys have been, watching us and hung around. Maybe it's because we're giving away $100 and you just, you're interested in it. But if you got the email, you probably know that we're doing a $100 giveaway, and you know the rules of it. I'm not really, it's not really about the $100. We're really just trying to unbox, and we already semi-unboxed the device, which kind of sucks in that respect. But it is what it is. They're back on, but chat is disabled.
That's why I was talking, but chat's not really disabled because we
Yeah,
can
this
see. We can see y'all
This is
talking.
crazy. This is crazy. It says we have nobody watching, but people are chatting. And then I got this thing. I can't even load it myself. You can't load yours, but this one's telling me that we come in crystal
okay,
clear.
sure.
What world am I in here?
Technology world.
Yeah, but the technology's good. Just as shit. Maybe I suck at it.
Let me just get it off of this.
So I'm really, really apologetic. At least one thing we can do is really ship effectively, even amidst all of these stupid technical difficulties. That is completely embarrassing. My business partner hates me right now, I'm sure. Look, now I got to do payroll. I got to review payroll, and So where are we over here now? Like, where was I? See, I don't even know where I was. I feel like I'm in another universe.
It's right here. That's where we're at.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So, and I feel like now I'm not even looking at you because I'm looking at somewhere else because I was looking somewhere else before. Oh, good. Much better. Much better. Good. If people like it, I'm happy with it. Anyway, John was unboxing, and he was at this point where I think was this the one you were using?
Yeah.
This one right here. And he pulled this out, right?
Yeah. So that you can see, we'll put this up since it's a weird angle. That is the new mag grip from Smock, which I just got from Vapro about an hour before I walked in. Got the notifications. I'm like, okay, yeah, give me 2 of each one. But same Smock packaging. It comes with the baby.
It's the Baby V2, I think. It's
Baby
the,
V2. Baby V2.
Right?
Yes. Ships with it's a single mesh, and I can't tell. That's a Kanthal, it looks like. But anyways, it's top screen like the old T-Privs, and what else?
It's top screen, but the way they did it was really interesting. I mean, like when you look at the design of how it sort of fits in your hand, it literally rests this overhang not only services your sort of eyes, but it also literally rests in that sort of cup of your hand, which makes it extremely, extremely comfortable.
Especially with people like large hands like myself. And ergonomics is like one of my biggest selling points if I'm going to get something. It kind of reminds me, what was that old Vaporesso?
The Target?
The Target.
Yeah, except it's
bigger, way bigger.
It's bigger and definitely better. Oh, you know what? Maybe the problem from my computers need an update.
Probably. I thought about saying
Oh,
I
you
thought
should've
about
said
saying
it.
that. I thought about saying that, but we would have pushed things. But anyway, it works with both the 18650 battery. It works with the
21,700 and 2700.
Yes.
So when you load, when you load up the battery, which one you're using is 18650?
Yeah, so.
I'm using a 2700, but I think because there's a little bit of give in there, that's how it uses both the 700 and the 21700. In fact, when
Goes to sleep.
when you load it up, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. So when you load it up, the first thing you probably note is that it's asking you whether it's 18650 or 21700, which I guess also means 2700.
I don't know why it would matter though. You know.
Oh yeah, it does matter. You know why it matters? This is really an important distinction. At 2700 or 21700, it vapes at 100 watts. At 18650, it vapes at 85 watts.
It's a single cell. And
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So then, in order to get out of that menu, or any menu that I've discovered, I don't read manuals ever. I don't read manuals. I don't do anything like that. You just have to hold down the screen. You just have to hold down the screen and, or I'm sorry, hold down the trigger for like a second, and it'll sort of get where you need to go.
It's got the same navigation that all the other ones do. You know, where it's 3 to get in a menu.
See me now?
Hey, my phone's on now. Cool. I see us. So 3 to get to the menu. You have your left and your right to navigate. This is just like the T-Prib, top down. Hold to select.
I mean, it's just a basic mod, but what I really think is interesting is how they modified the chip to sort of be, to save space. There's a space conservation thing. It was interesting because I was looking. There was the Vupu VMate, right? And we had gotten in a sample, and I had my guys. It really kind of looked nice, and it's a 2 battery design, but they sort of identified that they wanted to conserve space, right? Like you can see by the device that they were trying to do. But the problem was that they made it impractical at the same time, right? So there's an importance for space conservation and easy function in the hand, right? Or easy, comfort, right? Because it literally
Name's a grip,
rests.
so
So Smoke really thought this out, and and everything is sort of geared to save space, right? Because if they would, where else are you going to put it?
Yeah, and it looks like they got away from the actual. Hey, this looks like a handle of a weapon.
Of a gun, yeah. Which is, I mean, I guess in a way,
It's
right?
still,
but you could at least use it, function. If you see the chrome finish on it, but what you really don't see are fingerprints. So this is not a fingerprint magnet. If you're gonna, get chrome version stuff. Hold on a second. Let me get to my YouTube on here and see if it works this time. Anyway.
Actually, this is the old video. Never mind.
Oh, is that
This is the live. This is the live.
Never mind.
Oh, see now. Okay,
Hey.
now we can see.
Live.
All right. So all right. Okay. Now we're good. But it was. That's just weird shit, man. This is just all weird.
Hey, Jeremiah, I stream on Twitch too. I've been streaming since Justin.tv back in 2007. So if we had more time to prepare, we'd be in my studio, which is in the back. It has the fiber drop and everything. It's just that we're out from here, and we tried to actually do the wireless from that fiber drop, and we could have done a little better. Next time, though.
Next time. Next time new products come, and hopefully they don't get seized by the FDA. It's funny. Someone, there's a forum, and people post all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of questions about the FDA, and I don't know much about the FDA. Like I'm not, I don't, like I just read and try to use logic. But what was really interesting is what's really interesting is what Gottlieb had said about vape shops, and we've been about vape shops, and I've been at this personally for 6 years, and I can't tell you how many customers of mine over the course of these 6 years have gone through a helter-skelter life, trying to figure out whether they're going to exist, the next day or the next month. We all make investments in this industry. I've said it 1,000 times, and I keep on saying it, regardless of all the advocacy groups that we support through Save Vape, Yes, and that's right. Yeah, max wattage is 100
That's what I was
at
looking
21,700.
for.
So
Single cell, you know, in 18650 is going to be 80 or 75?
85.
85. The 21700 is going to be at 100 watt.
So, so getting back to the idea of the vape shop, you know, we support. I think there's like 30 associations that our customers can support through the Save Vape initiative that we did. We donate probably like $5,000 to $10,000 a month to various organizations. And the reason why we do Save Vape and we don't direct, you know, we give some directly to some associations or advocacy groups, is because, you know, moral compass issues. You know, I don't necessarily know, or, you know, certain people in certain organizations, but if our customers, Vapro customers, want to support an organization, we support our customers. And that's where this all lies. My customer is the vape shop. My customer is not the C-store. My customer is not typically an online establishment, even though they might have some e-commerce. You know, there's a difference between a vape shop that has e-commerce and that's supporting themselves, you know, in one dimension or another, and someone who makes their living doing retail, whether it's a large corporate entity or whether it's just some Joe Schmo. I did retail online for 7 months, and if I told you in my, you know, just to give you some numbers, this was in 2013. My first real month was January 2013. I did $30,000 to $40,000 with on. I turned goods so fast you wouldn't believe it. Second, I didn't even sell e-liquid. Second month double, third month double. You know, online retail, depending on the online retailer, does hurt the vape shop experience in multiple ways. That doesn't, you know, I'm not opining on whether they should be gone or not. That's up to the vape shops that I distribute to. If they feel like that there's an association that doesn't have their interest in mind, then they should take them off of Save Vape. But what I can say is that Gottlieb said some very, very pointed things, and it's very important to note that there are externalities at stake here. You know, one of the reasons, you know, everybody says, oh, the C-store is a conversion place. And that might be true for some, but this isn't 2013, right? This is 2018 and almost 2019. And we have enough critical mass of vapors that word of mouth is sufficient, in my opinion. In my opinion, this is my opinion. There is, you know what I think makes things difficult? When a customer walks into a vape shop and thinks that this vape shop sells to minors when they don't. Okay, that is a hindrance to conversion, more than removing flavor from a C-store. And I'm not trying to get political here. I'm saying that Vapro Supply has a one-dimensional view, even though we have multiple dimensional views on a lot of things. I have a one-dimensional view, my partner has a one-dimensional view, and all we care about is the vape shop. So their existence is all that matters, and I support anybody that can make that distinction. Gottlieb seemed to have drawn a line in the sand. That's what, you know, I read it, I watched the video, I see the signs where right, like we have, you know, there's all kinds of signs. Right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, the people are making signs of quotes that Gottlieb had made. The FDA is not in the habit of making public comments and public statements. He made a public statement. I mean, really, right? Like, why did he have to say anything at all? He's not dumb.
No,
like,
no.
you know what I mean? Like, he's not a dumb person.
He sees it from both sides, being a board member of a vape shop chain, and his past was, what was that?
I don't, you know, I know that he had some.
It was a medical pass.
Medical pass, yeah.
That was against, not against vaping though, but it was.
Maybe it's pharmaceutical.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think it was big pharma too. So he's had his hands in both of those. But yeah, from what he's been saying for the past month is really promising towards vape shop owners, whether it be, you know, where you can cut away from online. Now I'm an online shop owner and as well as a vape shop owner. And the thing is I could care less if he decided to do away with online. I know some of y'all make your bread and butter through that way, but it's going to be how it progresses forward as an industry. Another point was not making vapor products available in convenience
Well,
stores.
not making flavors available.
No, it was also where you could only get the only thing that you can get in a store would be non-flavored. Now he was talking about having like the e-cigs only available in vape shops because we were adamant about
But he also said flavors.
flavors. That was also in that same article.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well, too.
Well, there's a video where he.
Yeah,
did you see-
afterwards.
Oh, okay,
afterwards,
okay,
afterwards.
okay.
The first initial one said that lemon where you can get vapor products in vape, you can only get them in vape shops,
Mm-hmm.
and that was just an idea. Of course, the lobbying group for convenience stores, they're backed by Exxon, stuff like that. They have these huge lobbyists. You better believe the next day, and this happened too. I can't give you the link because it's behind a paywall. But a friend of mine is in the convenience store trade show business, and he gets this the next day. That you better believe their lobbyists were sitting down with him about that whole situation. So the decision that's going to be happening mid-November. It seems like they're still going to be around, but they spoke to the five heads today about keeping it out of underage people's hands.
And that's really what it comes down to, because there, getting back to what I was saying before about negative externalities and positive externalities. Our country, the U.S., the United States as a whole, has a certain amount of smokers, and we've had them for however many years, and they smoke until they die. My father didn't smoke till he died. My father smoked and quit 20 years before he died of lung cancer. So, I mean, these people die of this. As it seems like we're coming into this sort of socialized medicine, which I'm not going to chime in on, but it is whatever it is, it is. The United States government does not have a vested interest in taking care of people with lung cancer and paying for it, right? So ultimately, if there is a method of conversion, if there is something that can help people quit and it's less harmful, then you would think, even though the FDA cannot chime in and say, this is good for you, they can at least enable the positive externality, right? Allowing vape shops who Gottlieb drew the line in the sand in that video that I watched, right? I sent it to my partner, I sent it to whoever, literally said, without full words, thank you vape shops for doing it right. Doesn't mean you all do it right. Doesn't mean that every single vape shop in America does it right? But there is evidence that he already knows, him being Gottlieb.
Yeah,
It's clear.
it's on the FDA compliance check that they do every month, where they do the minor stings. Just look up FDA compliance, and you can put in a zip code, and it'll show like all the places in that zip code that they are visited by the FDA, and whether and most of them are all minor involved, but they'll see which ones passed, which ones have had warning letter issues. We've had a few here in town that have sold to minors, and I keep looking. Since day one, we've been responsible enough. Before they even had the actual rules, we were like, no, this shouldn't be in the hands of kids. So I think we're getting a little off tangent of.
But I mean, but basically, so let's get back to this thing. So.
Right.
It's
like,
because
we start talking
that's
one
what
thing,
really
we go
matters.
another direction.
Well, what
so.
ends up happening is, because we're concerned about what really matters to vape shops. I mean, this is what you're selling, but really, most of the people that are watching here, they're like you, or even me. Like, okay, I'm a distributor, but I'm just a person like everybody else, my partner. Every single one.
Just
of
a
our
guy.
employees. Just a guy doing whatever we do. So anyway, 21,700, 2,700, and then there's a sleeve for 18,650. What you're not able to sort of get, and why you should try this device, is really the comfort level of this. It really, really, really fits fits the hand amazingly with very little wasted space. In fact, if you were to take the narrowest dimension of this device, I mean, it's almost the size of the sleeve. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. So they really minimized it and maximized where they needed to, which is where it fits comfortably in the hand. The tank, of course, is the Smoke Tech Baby V2.
Comes with both the bubble glass and the regular.
Yeah,
cherry glass.
standard. Usually they send the bubble glass and the standard glass. Standard drip tip. I think a while back they were doing all kinds of drip tip. Like because we work with Czar, right? Like and Czar
Right.
sort of innovated the
Right.
fancy drip tip,
And the
then China
expanded
yeah,
tanks.
well that was me actually, and I told them to do it because I was like, oh, if you can make a drip. No, I swear, I'm not. I did.
The rounded one. I hate the rounded that came out,
But that was the easiest one for him to make.
the ones that
first
come out
time.
like this. I like so much better.
So that's what he did.
Yeah.
So after I told him to make the rounded one, he's like, fuck that shit. Like, people don't really like that. That's his job. I don't make anything. But it was a great idea because it was a great selling point for a shop, right? That someone comes in, they see a device, it only makes the Czar tanks, Czar drip tips only make things better. But anyway, the flavor on this is amazing as far as the tank is concerned. The drip tip, from a shop perspective, it's just a plain drip tip, which gives you an upsell opportunity to sell whether it's a Czar drip tip or any other drip tip. So even as it comes, the tariff implications, costs of goods start to increase for you. Opportunities, especially from a U.S. manufacturer like Czar, to because at least with them, your price isn't going to increase. To upsell, to sell other things, to make the device look nicer. But in and of itself, the mod itself is beautiful. I love the first thing I really realized was the fingerprint stuff, right? Like there's just no fingerprints. Usually I don't know how much it costs to make it not fingerprint, or make it fingerprint resistant, but they really did a great job. Not only that, I mean, if you look at the Smoke Tech website for the product, they say something about finger pulp with the trigger. Did you see the thing that I wrote?
No.
Like it basically says the trigger is easier on your finger pulp. I don't know what finger pulp is.
It could have been lost in translation.
Well, it was definitely lost in something because
Hey,
I was
friend.
like, yeah, hey friend. Oh no, what are they?
Darling.
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 No, usually.
No, I
deer,
got one.
Deer. They call you deer.
No, yeah, deer. I got one that was bro.
Yeah, I get bro because they're trying
Bro.
to be more colloquial,
More American. Yeah.
But so anyway, the trigger, this thing, is really soft. But it's not like the other triggers that you've used. If it's
It
finger
feels
pulp,
different. It feels different than the mag.
yeah, it is different.
And another thing I noticed first thing out whenever I opened up the tank, one reason why I don't use smock tanks, especially the ones with the hinges up on top, is the disc system that they have in top. There is a disc, but it's on the underside. We all know that certain juices will go and warp the disc. But the thing is they've been trying on that with the Resa tank. The Resa tank didn't have one at all. It was just open up screw, boom, that's it. On this one, it's just basically, I'll show you right there. It's just milled stainless steel right there with the one underneath. I can't say for certain if that will actually cause this one to go into warp though, but you know how hard it was whenever the disc, and we saw a lot of replacements for the older tanks. Whenever that top disc that's right there, it's a more surface area for it to swell. But other than that, it was always hard to close because it was always catching at the end. Hopefully, you know, with their R&D has you know, kind of stepped back and thought things through instead of pushing stuff out of the machine. They've gotten a lot better on some recent products.
Do you have a spare battery?
The Novo.
Like for whichever,
The Novo, that sells really well. You know, they're gonna have they're gonna have a lot of hits and misses, especially the amount that they actually put out constantly coming from China. It's a machine. It's nonstop working. But I think they with this they actually listen to the community on some of the things that we actually want. and user functionality. It's the same as the other devices. One thing I liked about the menu system on those, it was easy to navigate, and they kind of kept that. You work and you build off of things that are right, and then the future models you go and you change those to actually benefit a better product.
Thank you.
I don't know how to charge.
He needs a new battery.
Yeah, thank you. We'll see. Yeah, I use an iDroid. Well, this is an iDroid battery, but whatever. We won't talk about them.
We don't sell iJoy batteries here. We sell all the original cells, no rewraps. So I stand behind that.
Yeah.
But another thing is about Smock. Smock, they do have a lot of good products, and they've had some that are not so bad. So this is not like oh my God, Smock's like the best company ever, paid advertisement type thing.
No, this is not paid at all.
Not paid at all. It's what people ask for. Back in the day, people used to ask for Kangertech all the time. Smock's got that name brand, and there's two types of people. You either love it or you hate it. There's two types of shops. You either have Smock or you don't. Now, we at this shop, we carry everything along with Smock, but we show them what else is out there. Because if they're not going to buy it here, honestly, let's be real, they're going to buy it someplace else. And like along with Vapro, we have a 30-day warranty, right?
Yeah, yep.
We have a 30-day warranty too. Now,
Which I think is reasonable. I think,
it is.
Right?
I eat a lot of product, and I have a box of
Yeah,
my box of product right there is not all Smock. It's across the board. So I have noticed that. I haven't had a lot of Smock in a while, but that's just, what it is for parts mostly.
Yeah.
Like tanks, but it all goes back to, they're mass producing that, when you have that much product out there. I was reading on one of the BTB groups that we're involved with on Facebook that one person was always having problems with the release mechanism on their mags. I've sold over the past year around 200 of them. I have had no issues with them. I don't know if it's a batch or it's my customers, but
I think I know one of my customers suggested that it was something with the pin that I guess with extended use, like it was starting to wear out. Like I think that's what they said. Like, I'm not really good at this stuff, but basically there's something that hooks on, like, to sort of get it in there. And that part, for some people, were wearing out.
Right.
Right. And then it would just not sort of hook on.
Right.
I don't know why that would happen or what occurred at Smoke to.
I've never taken one apart to actually see how the mechanism is, but I can tell you that on the grip, it does feel different. It is different. It's not. It's on the mag. On the mag, it's easy to release. While on this one, it's got more firmness to it whenever you press that button to go and do that.
Someone said that Smoke is the new Kanger. No, it's not.
Well,
No. That's I don't agree with that.
I say that because that's look. What was that tank that they copied, the Mini Pro tank?
Yeah, we were talking. Yeah. But
they made that copy. What was that one that Jenny they made in the back in the day?
what was it?
It was a Gen style tank. It was
RSST. RSST.
Yes.
I sold so many
copy too.
RSSTs.
I liked them.
But
I
the
liked
thing, but the RSST was, you see, this is the push and pull of it. You can get some wannabe, they say was made in frickin' Switzerland for $99 or $199, and then SmokeTech says, or whomever it is in China says, you know what? It's just a bunch of parts. Let's put it together and make it affordable for the masses, right? That's where the critical mass came from. Guys like SmokeTech, JoyTech, I'm not gonna say Vupu because they're fairly new, you know what I mean? But the guys that were manufacturing Kanger, okay, Kanger didn't do a great job, over the course of time in terms of sort of whatever it is. Anakin, some have some opinions of it. I don't really have much of an opinion, but there are two there's really one powerhouse in the vape industry for manufacturing hardware. I mean, everybody knows it. Like, you know,
Are we talking city or are we talking location?
No, I'm talking about in terms. No, I'm talking about in terms of manufacturing.
Right.
Manufacturing goods. Smoke Tech pulls out more stuff than any manufacturer for vape.
Right.
Whether the shop buys it or not.
Then with Anakin in a second.
What?
Anakin.
Anakin. You think Anakin's second?
Yeah, they from Phil Bersado, from all the.
Oh,
other
I'm not
companies-
talking about what people are saying.
Oh no, I'm talking about like manufacturing wise. I mean, when you see the videos of them, it's like nonstop. They're doing the first, second, third shifts, not around the clock.
Yeah.
And I remember back in the day, like when we ran into a lot of the clone issues, and you don't. That's the thing. You don't see a lot of clones hardly anymore of like Smok devices. You were seeing them like with the RDAs all the time because they were tooled to manufacture for say American company in the first, second shift. That third shift, they would use those same tools and go and make that. Sometimes same product, sometimes cheaper product.
Yeah. Maybe cheaper materials.
Right. I mean, one of Phil Basado's first videos I saw was like, it's like a shanty town where they have degreasing on this one right here. They did a section, and these were in these little. They were going from section to section, and now you're starting to see they're in the clean labs and everything on assembly line. One person sitting there just screaming while another's messing with the PCB. Full on type thing.
Yeah. Like they're like in a lab, like
Exactly.
chemistry
It's
lab.
like Texas Instruments. You know?
Yeah. It's really kind of crazy how times have changed over the course of say the last. And I've been doing this for 6 years, you know. So I've seen.
And they donated a lot to our cause too, even though we as like vape shop owners, a lot of the stuff we're selling is after 8/8/16, but they are producing for the world. But they know that we're like one of the largest consumers.
We are no,
Yeah.
no. There's no question
exactly.
about who the largest market for vape is.
Oh, not at all.
It's the U.S.
But,
like
know,
that's
they
why
don't- they should have they have a ventured interest in all this, so they should be like our number. They should be our big vape.
Yeah,
You know, where they're buying us the biggest like lobbyists. And whatnot.
Yep. Not only, but you know, in terms of buying a lobbyist, or I would say buying a lobbyist,
I'd say
but
the best
paying for
lobbyist.
lobbyists, but you know, again, going back to what the arguments are, you know, I mean, what do you want in a lobbyist? I don't know anything about politics, but I want
It's
someone.
not so much about a lobbyist; it's who the lobbyist is.
Right.
Because when I was going back to what I was saying, the convenience store, like trade group, their lobbyists are George Bush and
I
other
know.
ones
Yeah,
that high caliber.
Yeah.
Those are those lobbyists.
Yeah.
They'll go in just for they'll have them as speakers at all time. Their keynote speakers are like the real big ones.
But you know, I mean, as a citizen, as someone who basically vaping, I would say saved my life, and saved, you know, how many people vape and how many people smoked and now vape. That's a lot of lives.
It is.
Right? You know what I mean? And I would hope that there are certain decisions that come aside from. I'm sorry, I got to look at payroll, but
We're doing a live cast right now.
Yeah.
He's wanting to do payroll.
no, not doing payroll. I just got to review the payroll.
Okay, got to review
Please
payroll.
don't.
I do mine on Tuesdays.
Yeah, my accountant does it. We have one accountant, and he's messaging me like, do I want my people to get paid or not? So
Yes.
I'm gonna look real quick. Yes, I like.
Yeah,
for
you
them
got to
get
keep
paid.
the happy customers.
Okay, let me just give them the okay on it.
Mainstream vape products. Those China Mindset, they do that with everything. And this new smoke grip looks a lot like the Target. Yeah, we made that mention earlier.
But it's
And
not like the Target.
It's not.
It's
like
not
the
like the
Target.
Target. It's nothing like.
So
the
many
Target.
different features on it. For one, that size, the Target's not going to take that size cell. You're going to get a higher amperage. You're going to get a higher capacity, mod capacity with it.
It's way more comfortable. It's way more comfortable. And frankly speaking, having been the first person to sell the Target
you
back,
grab me a
I
mag?
don't know, was it 3 years ago when I was selling the Target? Even with the tariff, this device as a kit is not that much more expensive with the tariff than the Target was 3 years ago. So, there's, and it's not just nicer, it's a lot nicer, and it's also a lot better. So I don't know, that's the thing. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to do a live unboxing. I wanted to do it because, yeah, it's the same shape, but like they really just sort of halved it and made more of a hand friendly feel.
Right.
You know what I mean? But when you have pictures, it doesn't really give, and even in a video, it doesn't give the full sort of explanation of
Until you put it in your hand.
yeah, until you put it in your hand. And I really, as much as of course we have a bunch of customers that bought in, are going to try it out for themselves. There are also a bunch of customers that I know there are a bunch of customers that say, fuck Smoke Tech. Like, I know it.
There's still
Like
a lot,
they and they might be in this forum. You know what I mean? And or this thread. I don't mind. Right? Like this is something that's important, not just for the vape shops that we support and ship to, but also for me as a distributor to be able to understand for myself that this is a great product. Because if it's not a great product, then I won't buy it. Why would I buy something? Customers have told me, over the course of years.
That's why I don't jump on shit like right when it first comes out, because I wait to see how it could, because you can hear reviews all day long from rib trippers who never gives hardly any negative reviews. Grim Green's a good one. Phil Bessardo go and does the more technical side of it, but he's so backlogged on a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's the thing is I try not to go and buy everything. I'm real simple. Right in the beginning, what I do is there's only 2 colors. I'm not going to go and buy the whole line colors. I'm going to get black. I'm going to get stainless steel or chrome. I wait just a little bit. I put my ear to the ground, see what user reviews are after the fact, because the reviewers are getting them from the companies like about a month before
getting paid.
and getting paid. They're paid endorsements. These are not paid endorsements that we're doing right now.
Paid. Like you, if you knew how much some of these guys get paid,
Oh.
you would be like, I will never listen to another review from that person again. Literally. I mean, I'm not kidding. Like, I want to say that.
Right.
Like, I'm just saying. Like, anyway. Sorry.
Yeah, but the thing is, it goes from that to then you start hearing what the public. And of course, everyone's going. Some people like to be critical than others. You won't know until you actually put in your hand and play around. You won't know the extent of it until like about a month down the road. I know some people that really hated, myself included, and this is just my opinion. The alien in the beginning was awesome and everything, but then you start seeing like the things that were going wrong with it. You were getting paint that was chipping off like within 2 weeks use, black screens all the time. And so I made a conscious decision not to go and carry those anymore, but I still carried the coals. People still love the coals. I still carried the tanks. It's what people want, but I'm glad to hear, because he just told me what you were talking to who
The CEO.
CEO Smoke, so he has a direct line to him.
Well, because I wanted to be frank, and I didn't their Smoke is very important to me, as are other manufacturers, but I've been dealing with them. They were my first direct line in my history. We have worked together. And they have already illustrated to me that they had addressed these concerns, but I didn't know if it was okay for me to address the concerns, right? Like, I don't want to slap them in the face if they wanted to hush up, but they don't. They know, like they are listening to you, right? And they're not playing games either. This is not playing games. They're the largest manufacturer of hardware, period, in China, for vape products. I don't know about e-liquid or whatever, but I'm not going to throw numbers, but I know the numbers. There's no question that they're the largest entity, and they fucked up, and this is not, and they have fixed the problem. Like, that's it. I mean, I don't know why they fucked up or what happened, but you can't look 10,000 vape shops in the face and say there's no problem when there's a problem.
It's the machine. The machine. Okay, the demand for it was happening. The machine was going fast. R&D not go. It's like with the beast coils, where you have a device the first couple batches weren't that great. They fixed that. It's completely opposite with coils. I've noticed at one time too, where the first batch of the coils were amazing, and all of a sudden you were getting
Degraded, sort of.
yes.
Yeah, like it degrades. It's almost like
yeah
they got
the
tired of
quality
doing
control. It's like they need if they were to go and beef up their quality control on everything they have, along with addition to extensive research and development, then I mean they're already a powerhouse. They would be vaping.
Yep.
They would be the company known for putting out the best product for cheapest price.
Yeah. You know, over the course of time, they always ask me, or not always, but on a few occasions, what is it about Smoke Tech that sold so well, right? You know what I mean? And every company's going to have defective units. Like, it's just not possible. You make a million units of something, you're going to have defects, right? But what was it about Smoke Tech products that just like caught on, And it was very simple. Like if I don't know, how old are you? Are you?
I'm 41.
So you're right around my age. I'm 40 something, 44,
Yes.
right? I don't even remember. But so you remember Casio watches, right?
Right.
Right. Everybody had a fucking Casio watch.
Not me. I was poor.
You were poor for a Casio. Oh my God, that was poor. Like you were poorer than me. Holy
I couldn't even get the Transformer watch that the little.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, with the little arms that came
Well,
out. Yeah, I remember that.
we couldn't even afford like the Nintendo watches, LCD stuff. So,
but like Casio sold really well, and you know what it was? It's the same thing that Smoke Tech delivered to the market. People needed digital watches, right? And they came in with a value proposition of quality and price that sort of hit the mainstream, right?
yeah, because they weren't.
That's all
They really weren't that as much of a giant.
No, they weren't.
Before the sub-ohm boom.
Anakin at that time, I think
With
Anakin and Kanga were
MVPs,
way. My MVPs, the VV sticks. Remember those square sticks?
The lady ones with the bejeweled ones on there.
Oh, I didn't.
I've had a few. I've had a few come in here, but it was around the times where the mod to have was American made, and that was the Provare from Pro.
Except they give you no margin.
Yeah, exactly.
What'd you make on a $200 device?
Oh, I didn't sell it. Oh, I couldn't afford that.
I remember
we were at like a 2K store in this large building right here.
My first customer, the reason why I'm sitting here with you today, right? He passed away, but my first customer, he sold Provare, and he would buy the shit out of them, right? And he's huge, like it's amazing vapor down in Killeen, right? And man, he sold Provares. I'm like, how much you make on that? $10. Like $10.
That's
how
how it
the
is.
fuck do you make $10?
To be honest, that's how a lot of the things here these days, like the higher end stuff, is going to be stuff like that, where you're not making much of a margin compared to the mass produced stuff.
But then why sell it? Tell me. And I mean, I'm trying to be
the niche of you. I have a retail background. I've been a manager at Home Depot for a long time, and I can sell just about anything to anyone. And that's because I listen to them and I give them the options of good, better, best. You always go off with the better. If it's a price issue with them, they'll go with the good. If they're wanting something with greater value, they'll go to the best. And we've carried some high-end mods here from time to time. I've got some over there that are still collecting dust.
right. That's usual, and that's your worst investment, right? Because those things. No, I mean
in
general.
they're not going
like just
anywhere.
cash flow wise.
They're not going
You spend
anywhere.
$179 on a mod that you're going to sell for $219, right? Like that absorbs your cash.
The
right?
only time that you can actually go sell those is when tax season comes around, or the person that's really out to go and collect.
And I want to make a comment about tax season. This is interesting for shops and to understand. One of the things that we've done, Vapro Supply has done, and I do, is sort of try to understand we don't have any shops.
You're right, Nova.
Like we don't have any stores, or anything like that focused on you guys,
Right.
And I didn't write a blog about it yet. I didn't talk to my partner about it yet, but this is going to get a little technical, and it has to do with tax season. People get tax refunds, and they come into vape shops or wherever and use this. They think it's like discretionary money. A trip, they might do whatever. Well, this year with the new tax rules. One of the things the IRS did was change the withholding percentage. So now what ends up happening is the relativity between the tax that is being withheld is more than it was in the past, right? So meaning not withheld. No, I take that back. They are withholding less. It makes your check look bigger, right? So basically, employees across the nation are getting checks, right? Like the payroll checks,
Right.
that look bigger. So let's say before the tax rule and after the tax rule, you were getting, let's say, $1,000 a week, right? Like net. Now you're getting 1,040.
It looks bigger. Right.
It looks bigger, right? It looks like you got paid more, but really the withholding was less. So what ends up happening, what ends up happening at the end of the year, when you do your tax thing, you know what's going to happen,
You
right?
pay taxes? I'm kidding.
No, but what ends up happening is on a payroll, for a Joe taxpayer, their payroll, their refund is less than it was last year.
Yeah, it's like when you have a balloon and you squeeze one end.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
the
it
same,
expands-
right. Yeah,
expands somewhere else.
it's displacement. It's just displacement of the money, right? Like, so what I forecast is going to happen January, February, March, right, when you have your peak season.
January is going to be interesting too, with the tariffs coming out full on.
Well, hopefully they resolve all of these issues, which I doubt, but whatever.
But it goes back to when we're talking about like people coming in with like they have a hole burning in their pocket. Though same thing happens right after Christmas too, because all these people have like, hey, Christmas money, boom. We're definitely always open the day after Christmas.
But the unfortunate thing is, every year people have a spike in their sales, and it's because of these around 5%, 10%. Maybe a Joe vape shop isn't going to feel the burden,
Right.
but on a collective, nationally, there's just going to be less disposable income coming from those checks. You understand what I'm saying? So, in other words, if you were relying on something like last year boomed during the tax period, it may not be as great as you think it is going to be this
Right.
year or in 2019, because they're going to get smaller checks. And that should be a concern to vape shops, to know that, hey, maybe I should be a little more careful in my, look, as a distributor, I want you to buy as much as you can from me, but I also want, your survival, or the vape shop, if I'm speaking to vape shops.
It depends on your survival.
Right, and for me, it's concerning, especially when you have tariffs that are impacting the price, also stifles demand. All of these things occurring at once. I don't know that January, February, March, that peak period is going to be as good as last year. Like it'll be good. It's always going to be good. People are going to get,
Right.
but they're not going to be as big as last year, and they don't even know it yet. Meaning, like, the person who's getting paid bi-weekly, weekly, they just get a check, then they file their H&R Block or Tax Act or whatever they use, and they're going to see, oh, I thought I was going to get more, right? And then they're not, and that's going to impact these things. So,
Okay, so one question I have,
yeah.
and I really wish they'd implement it, and I've only seen it on the Vaporesso Revenger. Is there a way to lock your wattage in and still fire?
That's a good question. I'll ask them. I
That-
mean, maybe
that-
I'll, maybe
that
one day,
need-
I'll,
that-
maybe
that-
one day I'll read a manual.
Well,
and figure,
yeah.
maybe it's
You would think they would change it. They would change things on the navigation, but so many times, this is my daily beater. It's a small amp ranker, and sometimes when I set it down, the buttons will actually go and change it. And I'll feel that nice warm hit, boom. But the only one that I know of, I'm sure someone out there can go and prove me wrong, that the only one that I know of is the Avenger X that locks it in. You can still fire it. That's one of my big things, is what I look for in mods.
Yeah, that would be an interesting thing. But it's wait, hold on. Was that? Did you hear my dog yelp?
I heard your dog go.
But anyway, yeah, that would be an interesting feature to have. I'm sure that it's not on there. You know what I mean?
Probably not.
Probably not on there.
One can wish.
Yeah.
How do we lock it?
I think it's 5. Yeah, 5 lock. Oh, you missed it.
It does not fire.
Hey, who's barking and growling?
He brought his dogs over.
Yeah, they can't be without me. Oh, it says low battery. Shit. Anyway, why is it saying low battery? This is not charging. Oh, maybe. Do you have like a? Oh, maybe. Oh, I know why. Maybe that. Maybe it just needs to be on.
It needs to be on.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about your
Yeah,
device.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
you
yeah,
just
yeah.
put a new battery in there.
I was talking about that. Yeah.
It does not drain batteries fast.
But anyway, I mean, that's about it. I mean, we could talk more about things like, you know, I mean, one of the things I really want to just say to whatever shop is watching, I don't know how many people are watching. I don't think that number's correct.
It's probably correct.
You think so?
Yeah, it
'Cause
wasn't.
moved,
It wasn't.
hasn't changed.
No,
Oh, it just changed. Okay.
We just
All
saw
right.
it.
So, you know, to any shop watching, I just wanted to say that you
Or
guys
viewers, or just regular users.
yeah, or users, but you know, coming from a distributor point of view and servicing thousands of shops, I just want to say that what you guys do a great job. You know, I'm not suggesting that you buy all your stuff from me. I'm not, you know, anything like that. I don't care. I mean, I care that you buy a lot from me. It's great, but in the end of the day, you guys do a great job. And Gottlieb said the same thing, in not as many words. He said that you guys collectively do a better job, the best job, to satisfy the needs of vapors. So when you're thinking about the conundrums that you're going through and the fear, I know a lot of you guys have fear and you're worried. It's justified, right? There's a lot of stress and a lot of pressure. I'm telling you that we're here for you. Vapor Supply cares about you. We only make a distinction between vape shops and C-stores. There is a distinction. You guys are the only ones to me and my partner and my employees that are important. I give a fuck about C-stores, like literally a fuck, that much, right? But it's politics, and I don't know about politics. I'm just telling you, I love you guys, and I appreciate you, and hopefully, you know, you keep buying from us and you support us. And me, my business partner, I know my business partner gets on the phone with a lot of customers. Did you ever speak to Brian?
I don't think I have.
Yeah, it's you know he'll talk to occasional, just occasionally, like he's doing other stuff, but he gets on the phone with customers. People don't even know that he's the owner. You know what I mean?
Right.
And me, but like they don't even know because it's not about that, right? Like it's about doing our best to help however we can. So that's all I got to say.
I'm sure they want to know about the little giveaway too.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we sent an email out about $100 giveaway.
Not store credit.
Not store credit. It's $100. It's not solely to vape shops. It's literally to anybody who's watching. The way it works, if I recall correctly, is you have to watch this, right?
Subscribe, turn notifications on, and then send an email to the.
Send an email to what was it? Hold on, I'll tell you the.
I think it was giveaway
No. It was.
contest. It was something like that. At see if I can beat them.
Yeah, you got the actual email.
Yeah, I got the email before we went live.
Hold on. Blah blah. Fuck. Oh yeah, my partner's shit goes into clutter. It clutters me up. I guess it says attend the event, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then send an email by midnight tonight. Okay, so 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, we'll do it Eastern time, so this way nobody complains, right? 11:59 Eastern time. With your shop's name, with your name, your personal name, your shop's name if you own one, right? So if you're not a shop owner, then you just say I don't own it, right? So if you're not a shop owner, then you just say I don't own a shop, and your YouTube handle, whatever your handle is, right? So that we know that you viewed. Is that where it
Boom.
goes? Yeah,
That's
drawing
it,
of
drawing.
Vapor
I knew
Supply.
something like that.
Yeah,
Drawing
and,
contest or
Yeah,
something.
and whoever this is going to be for $100.
Contest or
Yeah, and
something.
whoever this is going to be for $100. We'll do the drawing. I don't know in a day or two as soon as we get some time, and someone's gonna get $100 for watching this, and also subscribing and doing all the other things that we requested of you.
I'm gonna sign up.
Yeah, you should. Requested of you.
I'm gonna sign up.
Yeah, you should. Right, $100. Right, $100.
Yeah.
Yeah, you watched.
Rigged.
Right? You watched.
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
watching. I'm
Yeah,
watching. I got the email.
We'll do like they do old random.org. I'll just do a. We'll do like they do old random.org. I'll just do a.
Oh hey look! Oh hey look! Good, John got it.
Yeah, right. It's like did you ever watch The Office?
Oh yeah.
Well, there was one episode where what's his face, the skinny guy became the head guy, and
Dwight?
no, the other
Jim.
Jim became the boss.
Oh
And-
yeah, he won the.
and he won the
employment
thing,
one.
and then when he said no, we'll just redo it, and then his wife won. I thought that was pretty funny. But I guess that's it. And I wish we could have done a better job transmitting this.
Next time.
Yeah, next time we'll do way better. I mean,
We're not going to do this every week. It's only when he can come up.
Yeah,
Probably, like maybe
yeah.
once a month or something.
yeah, and honestly, if there's another, I'm friends with numerous customers. So if there's someone that wants to do this, you're always invited to me, or maybe if I could head out your way, I'd be more than happy to do the same thing with you guys. I love you guys. My partner loves you. My employees love you guys, and
Oh.
and that's it. So I guess we shut down now.
Yep.
Yes, you want to shut it?
Peace out,
I'm
guys.
afraid to break it.
I'm old. I don't know how to do this. How about we just take the power cord out?
Yeah, take the
and-
power cord and it's gonna die anyway.
Okay. All right.
figure it out.
There you go. Oh, thank you. No problem.